Yo everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know I've not been active for like a week or 2 weeks now, due to some reason, but now I am back, and it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great week, and it's gonna be a great conversation here. So now we are just going to do our recap. Yeah, we should do recap, see what price has been doing for the past 2 weeks that have not been here, and see what we're expecting for the next week. So looking at this chart now, this is GBPAUD. Now let me clear all this, remove for drawing. So now we are going to do our top down analysis. But before I jump down to top down analysis, this is the last week. I think network. Hold on. Yeah, like I'm saying, top down analysis. Let's see what the price is gonna do for the week. So now I'm back. So this is a top down analysis, and we are here right now. So if you see what the price have been doing, this is the last week, March, and this is April. This is March, right? Okay, then we have April in this candle because we have March inside this, and we're in the month of April. So something that happened here was so uh, drastic and crazy. So I will explain a little about this, what happened last week. So if you look about top analysis, we have quarterly basis, and our quarterly basis is always January, February, March, April to June. So June to August, September to like December, just like that. So we've already finished the first quarter. Now, if you're looking at the first quarter, let's do my top analysis from the 3 months. There's something about the third quarter that if you check my past videos, that I was saying from here that we have to move up. Now, this third quarter, the first month, if I step to first month, we see a retracement for the first month. The second month, uh it continue, and the first one is the same, it continue. So what we are now looking at, if we step down to our 3 months candle, we've seen this was a continuation. Then what we are expecting is also a continuation to the upside to break this point over here above it, to break above all this point, because price have respected this, have broken above this one. So what we're expecting is for price to break above this one, or we should mark this point down on our 3 months. We can see a little bit of rejection at this point, then we can come down, retracement. Price is just not going to be continue upside. So as this month finished, the first quarter, but what happened now on this week is like this month, the week was collapsed with each other. If you see the 31st, the 25 April, and see no, sorry, I'm sorry, see March 31st was on Monday. So that's what caused major movement. The March 24 end as a bullish. So if you look about the Tuesday, we now expect a retracement, and this retracement that happened was the retracement for the 3 month candle. See, if you see here, this is the retracement for the 3 month candle, and if you check, the retracement was even almost half of the body. See, almost half of the body, and the price was shooting up, so which created confusion. And so that's really what happened last week. We can see on a daily basis, we saw this, the price retraced to this point here, which created a movement. Now, if we check on this point on 4 hours, this point, we will see something like a bullish engulfing candle. If you check it on 3 hours or 1 hour, so let me check to 1 hour, we see we have a lot of consolidation here, and what the price did at the point, see at this strong point of rejection here, that's what the price, where the price moved at the point of rejection here, and the price moved to the upside. And if you look here, this is a morning star or evening star, and if you look on 4 hours, we see a bullish engulfing candle that forms here, which create this high and retrace back to this other block that we have here. And from here also we continue zooming to the upside. So price have been in movement. This is the first retracement, second, third. We're looking for a single push up before we can see a little retracement. So what is my expectation for next week? For next week now, that's the recap for last week. I can't really say much about it. So I've done my top analysis. From top analysis, then we continue. So looking at this point now, from the 3 month angle that I drop, I make this night possible so that we're expecting price to either break it or we see a rejection from here. Now, if you see a rejection from here, price is going to balance all this imbalance that was here. All this imbalance, price is going to balance it. So we might see a little bit of consolidation on the month. So, but we are not expecting price to come back to this low. But nothing can happen. Everything can still happen. But looking at my own analysis, before I was expecting price to pull back to this top here, but price have create something I called, if I use my trade now here, price have really create first band, second band, third band, then we zoom. So what are we expecting from next week? Let's go on a daily. So let's go on a weekly. Now checking on the weekly, if we see this on the weekly now, we might see a continuation price to this up. This one I drew here, if I move to the left side, and always mark this point also is very crucial because this is an old high and is a rejection place that price have already break through but haven't respected. And if you look like, even if you look it here, this is what the price respected on the weekly, that we saw this movement to the upside. But that is just for another day. Now if you look to the left side, what are we seeing at this junction here? We saw a rejection point at this point, which price might got there and reject it, come down to the lower to now. Now if price can reject this point, if price can move maybe on Monday, Tuesday, but this next week we're expecting a bit of consolidation because price have moved. Then the okay, now this is what used to happen in the monthly candle. We always see an expansion, a consolidation, a retracement, then retracement to the upside. All we can see now, we've already seen an expansion. We might see a consolidation at this point. We might see a continuation, then a retracement. So what we're expecting now for the next week is we're expecting something like a consolidation. The first week of the month we see an expansion. The second week of the month I'm expecting something of consolidation, and the yes, and the third week of the month I'm expecting retracement. So as I'm saying, for the first week we see an expansion, and the second week we're expecting a bit of consolidation. So we should be careful next week. We might see a consolidation at this point, but the consolidation will just give us a doji at this point. A doji, it might go here and come back to form a doji, and then third week we might see retracement, and the fourth week we might see a retracement to this downside. Then that's the first month of the quarterly basis. So looking at here now, what is my expectation for this coming week? So looking at here, I'll still go back to this point because we're going to see a lot of consolidation at this point. So believe me, we are going to see. So I'm going to mark all these crucial points. This place is also a crucial point, which is roughly equivalent to this point. So now, in everything I'm going to do for this coming week, my price movement should be within this range. Now, if I step down to a daily, see a daily candle. Looking at a day candle, Monday we might see a retracement back or movement to the upside. So for me to decide that, I have to go to 4 hours. What is happening in 4 hours? What are we expecting for the week in 4 hours? And what is going to happen? So looking at the 4 hours, I'm expecting a down candle here to this point, then a retracement to this point, faking people out. Then we have dancing within this region. We might dance within this region, which is roughly 398 pips. So it's not small. It looks small in the chart, but if you look it very well, it's not small. So we are at this point, this region here right now. Monday we might see half of days price might just move, then come down to this level. Then we see Tuesday giving us eyes of the week, Wednesday, Thursday. So we should pay attention to this region for the coming week. So if I step down to 1 hour, okay, I've finished my top analysis here. See now, we already at this point. So I can now find a point at this open close here. So here we've already seen a down candle, and this which occur at this point of resistance here. So you have to be careful at this point also. See what the price did when you get there, you reject it immediately. So and here also we have to pay attention to this level also. This level is also crucial. So I'm expecting what the price is going to do at this level on Monday. We might create an high, then we create a lower low, which forms here. Then we start to create an higher highs. Then you know what the price is going to do. But let me break this out. So on Monday, I'm expecting a down movement to a region here. Then on Tuesday, we might see a spike to this point. Then we see the consolidation. But what we're going to expect for this next week is roughly 400 pips, which is crazy. It's fucking crazy. So price might not go to that level of 400 pips. So we might be we might be playing within 300 and 200 pips. So and once we see a change in character at this point in next week, then our upper week will be a down candle. So let's focus on next week. So if I focus on 15 minutes, what is the price doing at this region? So perfectly. Now looking at this point, I won't mess it up because the points give me a confluence. Now looking at this point, we saw a bearish engulfing candle, which we're expecting price to trade back to on Monday. Price trade back to on Monday morning. We can see price can go back to this on Monday. Then from this point, we might be looking for a 10 candle that will break this low. That will break this low. If you see a 10 candle that will break this low, then we're still good to go. Then price is still going to go up. So our thought pattern is to just pay attention to what the price is going to do, and also pay attention to this level also. Yeah, this level also price have rejected it like many times. Okay, look, price came here once, it rejected it, pull up. It came here twice, it rejected it, pull up. So and if you look at the pulling on, because the price movement this week is crazy, almost 200 pips just it's crazy, it's crazy. Nobody's expecting that for last week. So looking at what we are expecting here, so say we've seen price reject it once, we've seen price reject it two. That's a strong level. So what we're expecting price to go, we're expecting price to come at this level or to this level here. Then from this level, we might see a little bit of down candle down to the downside. So at this point also, I'm going to step down to the 5 minute because we need to pay attention to every candles that we have to trade from. So we have to just know what we are trading from. We have to know what we're trading from and what we're expecting for. So this price is crazy. 7 o'clock. Wow. I was not even paying attention as it was moving. Even this small candle was giving 160 pips, which is crazy though. So now we're expecting this eyes to be broken, which is very important. It's gonna break. So but we are going to look for a strong point before it breaks. So the candlestick pattern on Monday will tell us what we are doing for next week. But on my next week analysis, maybe for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be ranging between this point and this point. So entry, where is my entry for next week? Entry, I'm expecting my entry on a daily basis to be here. Let's see what the price is gonna come down here for and move up. When it move up, then will come down. So price is going to give a down candle on Monday. Like yeah, we are going to expecting a down candle for next week. For next week, we're expecting a down candle. Yeah, we're expecting price to give us a doji and a down candle. So that's what we're expecting for next week. So entry is kind of very not precise to decide, but for me, I'm expecting price to do something like this. I'm expecting price to do something like this on Monday, to do something like this, go up like this, then we close below this Monday, Tuesday, Monday, yeah, then we'll go like this again, then we'll close like this. We might see, I don't know, we can't actually say because this price have already moved. The space between this one is I is crucial. So we're expecting something like this. We're expecting something like this, I, then we create, then we'll come back to this level. So daily basis, the same thing. That's what we're expecting for next week. So first give me I can do and come back to this. So thank you very much, and I'll be expecting you guys to know what we are going to do for next week. Now entry, if I can do a daily analysis, I'll be glad to do it because these days I was kind of busy, and thank God for life and everything. So thank you guys and see you soon.